It's Edward Roski, and I'm asking good questions. So, what's MCP? Well, I'll start with the problem that it fixes. So, an AI model by itself is the smartest person you've ever met, and it's locked in a room with no windows and no phone and no hands. It reasons brilliantly about your business, but also can't see anything that happened after its training cut off, and it can't touch one real thing in your actual company. So, it's a brilliant AI that can't reach your actual data, which makes it an expensive hallucination engine, caught up solely inside its own head. And hallucinations, at least in business, are bad. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, which you may promptly forget because nobody can remember it anyway. But think of it as the wiring that gives that brilliant, genius level shut in eyes and hands. It gives it eyes to read your live data the second you ask. Could be your calendar or your files or the figure that changed 5 minutes ago or something in your ERP or your general ledger or human capital management system. It also gives it hands to actually do things. So send an email, update a record, book a room. Well, Anthropic published it as an open standard in late 2024, but it still owned it for a while. Inside of a year, OpenAI, Google, Microsoft had all adopted it. To be clear, those companies don't agree on anything. They can't even agree on what to call a chatbot. So when every rival adopts one company's idea that quickly, it's worth knowing exactly what that idea is and why it's important. So here's the whole idea in one picture. Before MCP, every connection between an AI and a tool was hand built. If you had 4 AI models and 5 tools, you'd have 4 times 5, 20 separate custom integrations, each one written, tested, and babysat by an engineer who'd frankly rather be doing literally anything else. I've inherited spreadsheets that had about that much energy put into them, and you can tell that no one really cares or wants to care. Well, MCP replaces all of that with one standard plug. So you're going to build a tool once, and then every AI can use it. You teach an AI the protocol once, it can reach every tool. It's USB for software. And yeah, the irony of comparing anything to a cable standard is not lost on me, but think of it as a good thing. And if you remember the past, you used to have this drawer full of like dead chargers, and every gadget had its own weird cable. Well, MCP is the moment that everything went to one integrated connector, and that changes what you get back. So you tell the AI, pull last week's campaign numbers and draft the recap. Well, without MCP, it writes a really lovely recap full of numbers it completely guessed at. With MCP, it reaches into your data source, your live analytics tool. It grabs some real figures and then it writes the recap off the exact correct truthful numbers. So it's the same recap, same request from you, but what's giving you is a completely different result because now you give it eyes. It can actually look. So most of the AI excitement is about making models smarter. MCP is about making it reach your real work and then act on it. And that's the part that pays for itself, and that's why everybody's so excited about it. So let's figure out where this goes. There are a whole lot of people that are still using AI like a really smart search box. You ask, it answers, you go to the actual work. MCP removes that last step because once one AI can reach all your tools through one protocol, you can then stop asking it questions and you can also start handing it jobs. Find every invoice over 90 days late and email the client. Watch the support queue and draft replies to anything that seems really simple and routine. Book the conference room. And if the conference room gets booked, then order lunch. And once lunch is ordered, put it on my calendar. And the AI just does it, and then it tells you what it did. And that's the agent verse. And it's a lot closer than the hype suggests, thanks to MCP. And the companies that win with AI in the next year are going to be the ones that connect their actual systems to AI, which is the plumbing that nobody brags about at a conference, but it's really giving you live, accurate data and lets you take actions as well. My dad used to say that the boring jobs are the ones that pay every week. He admittedly was talking about fixing fences back in the 1940s, but still totally holds. MCP is about as boring as plumbing, but it's going to pay off like getting your plumbing does. So here's the real question. When any AI can see all your data and act on every tool you own, but in a secure way, what's the first job you'd actually trust it to finish while you, I don't know, went to lunch? If you found this quick and helpful, please subscribe. But until next time, keep asking good questions.